man. Hey, welcome back. Daily Show 10:02 is the time. Not top of the hour news. We got John Hopkins in the studio. This is going to be a great week.
It's going to be a wonderful week. It's going to be a lot of things going on to celebrate the 4th of July and Independence Day. And if I can make a plug, I have a monthly, weekly column in The Advantage, and this one's about the Declaration of Independence, the background to the Declaration of Independence, what was involved, what the risks were for the fellows that wrote it and signed it, and I think it's a good historical document.
Well, it's really it's going to be one to check out, and I'm glad that you filled us in on it. And also, too, I mean, just going into this week, there's so much to explore from July 1st through the 3rd, cultivating with the big fireworks show on the Mississippi. And, where do you want to start?
Well, I want to start with a little bit of a side issue, if you don't mind. Today, June the 25th, is a very fact-filled day in history. Actually, it was yesterday, on June the 25th of 150 years ago, Forest Park opened, which is obviously one of the best parks in the United States. Also, 150 years ago, on June the 25th, 1876, the very first Budweiser was brewed in St. Louis.
No.
So that's worth celebrating. And then on the other side of the equation, on June 25th, 1876, at approximately 3:30 Central Standard Time in southern Montana, 275 cavalry troopers under the command of Lieutenant Colonel George Custer were killed by a combined force of about 3,000 warriors from the Northern Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Lakota Sioux tribes. Commonly, for the longest time, it was called Custer's Last Stand, which kind of rankled people because it's given a historical credence to the guy who lost. So finally, it's now in history referred to as the Battle of the Little Bighorn. Mm-hmm. And it's been something that I have been involved in and reading about ever since I was a little boy.
That's awesome.
I wanted to go up there. I had a good friend who went up there about a year ago, and he said it was very interesting. And he said what was interesting is that they had fires up and around where the monuments are, where the actual battle took place. And I said, so what? And he goes, well, it killed all the grass. And I said, again, so what? He said, then you could walk out to the actual monuments. And I said, why couldn't you before? And he said, when the grass was up, the grass is full of rattlesnakes.
Oh, wow.
And I said, goodbye.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that's another reason why I have not been up there.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, and it's really, thanks for bringing that, because that is a lot of really cool stuff that happened, or interesting to say.
It's interesting, on the same date, 150 years ago, the Custer's defeat was relayed to the people that were at. Obviously, there was a 100-year anniversary of the United States was in Philadelphia, and the news got to them on the second day, and it was devastating because it was approximately 20% of the United States men at arms were killed on that one day. Anyway, that's a side note.
Well, and too, I mean, hell, I think today, well, probably by Monday or at least tomorrow, there could be wrapping up Supreme, going into recess, shouldn't they, for the summer?
The big decisions will be out. They're coming out today. They're coming out tomorrow. The biggest ones will be the issues on counting votes. Mm-hmm. Does election day mean election day and not 4 or 5 months afterwards? Hello, California.
And then the birthright one's going to be.
And the birthright citizenship. So those will both come out, and we'll see. There'll be people on both sides saying the Supreme Court's dumb, Supreme Court's great, which obviously in mind, if one half says you're great, one half says you're dumb.
You're doing pretty good.
You must be doing pretty good.
So, that leads us into the next point, because we're all saying that you guys are doing great for these events, July 1st to the 3rd. There's a lot of great things happening. And
the Great Rivers and Routes Tourism Bureau was the sponsor initially of primarily of the 250 on the Mississippi. They got plenty of support from a lot of different people. It runs July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. On the 1st, it's at Haskell Park, and that's a really lot of activities. My wife will be involved in that, along with lots of other people.
They do a great job.
On the 3rd, it's down on the river with the fireworks. But on July the 2nd, it's at Rotary Park. And seizing upon that, since at our park, the Rotary decided we should be involved. And we're going to be involved in a number of different things. We're going to be passing out American flags.
Cool.
We pass these out at the dedication of the Military Museum of Ascent. We pass these out. We've still got some left over. We'll be passing these out. We'll also be passing out copies of the Constitution and the
really cool.
Declaration of Independence. But it will also be marked to where the Declaration of Independence is, and on this side, there will be a spot. Now, there are going to be a number of reenactors walking around Broadway, and they'll be up around where we are too. They're Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Betsy Ross. They will have Lady Liberty and Uncle Sam on stilts. There'll be bands, but the one reenactor that we're most concerned with is Thomas Jefferson, because Thomas Jefferson will be given this genuine fake quill pen that actually works. You can actually write with it. And then he will sign. If you bring a copy of the Declaration up to him and have it signed right here and have it signed in the proper way, then you will get from the Rotary a special prize, a $2 bill.
I'll be damned.
with Jefferson's name on it, or Jefferson's picture on it. Now, what's the proper way? Well, Jefferson signed his name in many different ways. He signed it T.H. Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson, and T. Jefferson. So to get the $2 bill, you have to have it signed by the reenactor, and the reenactor is only going to sign it the way he signed the Declaration. So if somebody comes up and it says Tommy J.
Yeah.
They're not getting any money.
Yeah. I like this. This is really cool. How long did it take to put all this together? That's a big haul.
Well, we've got a number of volunteers. We got about 14 or 15 guys that have come up, and some of them are bringing their grandsons, and
that's awesome.
And
I just think this is so cool.
So it's going to be, and then there might be some leftover of those tricorn hats that they're making on July the 1st. We might be wearing those, but we're going to really do this because, as I say, we're part of the community, and this is at our park. So if it's at Rotary Park, the Rotary should be involved. Now,
you guys just had some improvements out there too, or didn't I see that?
Well, the improvements were actually
at Lincoln Douglas
Square. It's got one of our members, Craig Schaff, who runs obviously a funeral home. He spearheaded, along with Bill Moyer, one of our longstanding members, who's been responsible for so many things going on at Lincoln Douglas Square, and does a wonderful job. They actually had carvings or engravings into the base of Lincoln Douglas. It says Lincoln Douglas Square. And obviously Greg Shaft, from his knowledge and facilities with people carving tombstones, they were able to go out there and get this done, and it just looks wonderful.
Fantastic. Well, and as you guys are tuning in, if you're just tuning in, on Thursday, July the 2nd, 4 to 7 p.m., you can enjoy live music. Who's the band that's playing? Do we know?
I was told it's either the Rolling Stones or it's or some local garage band. I don't know what the Park District Fund was.
What's the over under? With that being said, live music.
Actually, it's American Jackals.
Oh, they're good. Yeah, that'll be great. They play at Johnson's Corner.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
You never heard of them.
They play at Johnson's Corner.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, that's who's going to
awesome.
play. American Jackals. I apologize. That's who it is.
That'll be a good time.
There'll be 2 layers. We'll be up on the actual Rotary Park grounds, up on the grass line, and then there'll be the food trucks, the beer trucks, and the other trucks will be down on 3rd Street on the pavement.
Fantastic.
And then people can get the copy of the Declaration, and then they can run down to Broadway, down the steps, right alongside City Hall, and most of the vendors may well be in the parking lot of City Hall.
Okay.
So it'll be pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and pretty easy to get in and out. But as I say, you get your copy, you go down, you get it properly signed by Thomas Jefferson, and by that, he'll be told what to sign it, and the guys handing out the money will be told if it's not signed correct, unless the kid's pretty burly looking, then. Nobody wants to get punched in the mouth for $2, right?
This is cool. So is there a starting point? Where do you find the Constitution booklets? Just from members roaming, or?
Well, these are the Constitution booklets that we used to use in our Constitution class.
I love that.
So we have these, and then as you see, we have a little sticker on the back that says courtesy of the Alton-Godfrey Rotary.
That's awesome.
Hold it up like that. They can't see it anyway.
Are they going to be at a table or a booth?
We'll be at a booth and a table. There'll be flags all around there. As I say, there'll be the Rotarians will be walking around. We have these vests that we use at the chili supper, and they'll be having these, and they'll be passing out the flags that way. And then to come up and get the booklets, they'll be up at a table.
Really cool. I just think this is fantastic. And, you touched on this earlier with July 1st, because this is 3 days of really celebrating 250 years and really doing it such a great way. Haskell Park is going to be the first starting point, 4 p.m. We'll get more details on that with Ben and Grace Great Rivers and Routes, and then Ben with Duke Bakery, of course, and we'll hear more details on that. This is going to be a kids' bike parade and the tricorn hats and all that good stuff. Then John just mentioned the July 2nd date. That's Thursday. And then Friday, the big culmination of it all is at the Alton Amphitheater now.
Yeah, right. I've got a column on the Declaration of Independence that's already out. There'll be another one coming out tomorrow that details all of the, all this began on Flag Day, where the Rotary, together with the Great Rivers and Routes, we purchased over 100 flags.
It's beautiful.
It's really beautiful.
I mean, seriously, I think that is, and I don't want to get on a soapbox here, but I mean, it's so nice to see that. And
it's wonderful to see that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did. There was a wonderful justice of the Supreme Court named Moses Harrison. We became dear friends. During oral arguments, he'd go, I really don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to. He was painfully polite, but he also made you know that I'm in charge here. But the point is that the Flag Day was part of it, but also, as I say in the column coming out tomorrow, the Rotary donated half the money to the Great Rivers and Routes to purchase the flags, and then Pride Incorporated came and helped put them up.
Yeah.
But when Bruce Engelhoff died, who was a longtime member of ours, there were contributions to the Rotary, and that funded our contribution for the flags.
Wow.
So we've made that sort of a living memorial for our good friend Bruce, because the flags will be up every year, beginning June, whatever Flag Day is, June the 14th.
How wonderful.
And so that'll be his living memorial to our good and dear friend.
How wonderful. He was just a remarkable man. That's fantastic that you guys.
So that's a good deal
that
on
way.
that. So,
wow. This is cool.
I think it looks good. Everything is sharp. We'll see. It's going to be hot, but it's going to be dry. And then there's fireworks in Grafton on
Saturday, July 5th.
And on Saturday or Friday the 4th, they're in Godfrey.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I believe. Let me see.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh, sorry. Saturday the 4th in Godfrey,
and then
Sunday the 5th in Grafton.
That's going to be,
That's going to be big.
I know we'll be burned out by
yeah. You ain't a kid. We just did our first fireworks show last night with my grandma over in North County. It was pretty good.
Well, we're going to go to a party with my nephew and niece, and they're swimming there with them, and then we never really went because we've always been out at our lake house, which we don't have anymore. But we're going to do that, and then Granite City puts on a spectacular fireworks show, and they synchronize it to music, and they have this choir that sings. And
oh, wow.
We used to go there all the time when we lived in Granite, and now we haven't been there for 30 years. So I think we're going to go there. And then Sunday night, we'll just be, we're 75 years old. So
I'm 27, and I'm ready to stay home on all of these nights.
So on Sunday, we're sitting on the porch listening to the patriotic concert in Haskell Park.
Good call.
Smoking a cigar and drinking my glass of Buffalo Trace whiskey.
There you go.
Not a bad night.
That's a great
You're
night.
welcome to come over sometime, kid. Bring the cigars. I got the whiskey.
There we go. It sounds like a winner to me. And we'll see you out there as you guys celebrate with us. 250. This is a big deal, to really be a part of this. And I mean, there's so much good stuff with the World Cup going on right now and all these really good positive things. And what better way than what you guys are doing as a really big team, just putting on this community-wide.
Well, and if you mind, let me just put in there again another plug for the column that's coming out today. But at the end of the column, I basically say, let's cut all this partisan rancor, bad-mouthing everybody and everything. Just stop it for a little bit of time.
No kidding.
And be an American.
No kidding. Seriously.
Just be an American for a week or two, and then see what happens.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
We'll take a quick break, and we're going to come back and chat it up with Matty Shell and learn all about Rock the Block in Jerseyville. We still got the Green Tree Inn coming on the show, and then Great Rivers and Routes, Duke Bakery. They help us wrap up this Thursday.